What's Fiddler Wiggly, y'all? Welcome to this week on Hallmark program review. This is gonna be my first one, so I don't know how it's gonna go. We're gonna figure it out. So this week I have a little notebook, so I know got it on my nose. It was some of my thoughts on "Don't Forget I Love You." So this film, I'll do a general description of it, I guess. So we had Taylor. She's a stressed out, like, party organizer. She's like organizer lady. That's basically what I figured out. And she goes over to her dad's for her 30th birthday and is like, "Oh my gosh, hey dad." And her dad is like, "Hey, I have a secret surprise for you." And then it finds out this time capsule that her dead mom buried for her and was like, "I want you to open this on your 30th birthday." And so that is what she does, and she opens it and she's like, she finds this like picture of herself and also her birth certificate, which I think she probably needed before her 30th birthday. that part confused me because she should have had it for like legal reasons, but I don't know. And like, what if there was an earthquake and she couldn't find it? Like, that'd be bad. Anyways, so Taylor is like stressed out, right? And her like assistant is like, "Oh my gosh, you need to get out there." And she's like, "No, I don't want to." But anyway, she has this stuff and she's like, "I want to meet new people." So she goes to this coffee shop and is like, "Jenny, coffee lady, this will solve my problem." And then she ends up meeting her neighbor, who's the love interest, named Josh, who's a single dad because his wife died. and then he has a little daughter named Chloe, who's this little baby redhead. And then there's this mysterious woman named Sarah. We don't know who she is. But anyways, the whole film, this program, covers like Taylor solving these little like things that she set out that like her dead mom gave her, and like they had really nice notes. The notes were really well done. The calligraphy was really pretty. The giant like ink stamp, not ink, wax. They had like wax stamps on them, and I was like, wow, pretty. But I think, yeah, but she's like stressed out. So a big thing was like, meet a new person and do whatever you actually gotta get into that because they went to like, I thought it was really cute. I did like the fact that she was like naturally stressed out because as a stressed out person, I understood because meeting people is scary. Like some people great at meeting new people, just open books. Some people like easy to make join teams, easy to face their fears. Me, I'm like, I understand this girl. Because I'm stressed out. I'm not organized, so I'm like a weird mix of her and Josh. Because Josh is like messy, which I wish. Like, I did love their dynamic, that he was like this like carefree guy. And like, he seemed like believable enough to where he's not like, his whole personality wasn't like, "I'm free spirit." It was just like, he just does things because he feels like it, which I feel like is a very natural thing. And she was like very stressed out, which I felt is a very real response. And she was like, "No, I don't." So I feel like they were like a really good match, the way that they were. And that they just like had this nice build, and that she was like, she like trusted him and was like a lot of the times it was like she clearly didn't want to do it, but she did, like the actress, she did a really good job of showing that like she didn't want to be there. Like, she was like, "I don't want to do this, but like this guy's hot, so I'll do it." And then also just like the giddiness of her, like when she first meets him, when he leaves the door and she's like, it was like, uh. I thought that was really good. Sounds like someone was using them. Anyways, the face. First off, it takes place in like Oregon, I think, which was so pretty, and the water and the mist, especially over the river scene, was really really cute, really really pretty. I 10 out of 10 was like, this is solid. So I like their dynamic. I do wish that they hadn't mentioned the fact that he was like messy like 40 times. like like he was messy and we figured that out real easy. But they like kept saying it. It was like, I don't think he's actually messy. I think he's doing it because like I'm quirky and I'm messy. Like that's not being messy. Like a messy person doesn't talk about the fact that they're messy. A messy person just is judged and is like whatever. But I'm gonna go back. Anyway, the relationship with Zoe I thought was really cute. Chloe, um, because she was like very. She was like this little girl, and when she came home from the sleepover, that was really cute. Cause like I understood and was like I understand. Cause like whenever I'd have sleepovers, I would go home. Like, I didn't want to stay there. It's mainly because I want to sleep in my own bed. Like why I get it. Like I understand her. And then her feeling bad also, like I definitely related to her a lot in the fact that she was like a stressed out little girl, even though I'm not a little girl. And I thought that like dynamic of like Taylor was stressed, and then Chloe was stressed. Now bringing it back to Sarah, the whole thing was a little weird because they didn't do like they should have done a better job. Cause like this girl just shows up and we're like she's clearly the friend. She's either like a cousin or she's like a friend of the dead wife. Like it was very easy to tell that because I like know the situation, right? But there wasn't much like other than like the occasional interaction. I felt like she should have been like more open. You know what I mean? Like she should have been like this wham bam kind of woman who like kept showing up other than just like showing up at the house as like a mother figure. Because that was the thing, was she like when she was like, oh, is she married? It was this weird thing of like I couldn't tell if she was into Josh or if like what was happening. I don't even know. If she was like, you need to get it in, boy. Or not. But that was very confusing. I was very confused. Um, but then there was the whole ring thing, which I thought was really. It should have been like brought up earlier. Like we knew that was what he was searching for, but then when they got to it, they didn't really explain it. He was like, "I was gonna propose to you," but really he wasn't gonna propose because he would like he like loved how he treated his kid, but he didn't love her as like a person, which I felt like that dynamic was very weird. There was a very weird plot point. They should have had more like. She should have either been like on dates and been like, "Oh my god, hey," or it should have been a situation where they were like, where she was like, "Oh, you need to get it in." You know what I mean? Like, there's gotta be some leeway. I don't know. I felt like that was like that ring as a gift. Like it wasn't, and then but it was very real in the fact that like he was doing it for his daughter. But Sarah didn't say anything about it. She was like, "I'll be your friend." Like she was like very not upset about the fact that he like there was the ring, and then he was just there like, and then she was like, "Oh my gosh, I found it." I don't know. I don't know how, but that ring was really pretty though. If I was her, I'd be like, heck yeah. Let's see. Oh, going back to the sleepover, the green screen. Like I get that you wanted like an open field, but like I don't know. There has to be an open park somewhere. Like it was so bad. That's the thing. A couple of the past movies that I've seen have had green screen scenes, and it's like, y'all, you got these pretty ass. Like they could have done it at like a park. You know what I mean? Like they could have literally drove to that park in the town that they were filming in, and just like been up against the trees, and no one would have noticed. No one would have cared. But instead, they green screened it in. I feel like I do like this movie was so cute though. Um, I feel like I've just been bashing on it, but that's just because I feel like I love these films and I feel so emotionally invested because it was like cute. Like it was so cute. I feel like I should have been more positive about this movie because I was so into it. And that's the thing that I think that's what I'm going to end on, I guess, is that this program was like it was a good movie. And the big thing was like, okay, she was a believable character. Her like her dad was believable. Also, the dad jokes. Yes. I love the dad jokes. Because every time that he made a dumb joke, I was like, yes. Yes, my people. I felt very connected to them. And that I think is what makes it like a good movie was like obviously it has some problems. There were some flaws that I feel like could have been fixed because I'm nitpicky and I've seen so many films that I feel like I gotta, you gotta keep. But the way that they did it, like she was very believable. It was just nitpicky things, but like this movie was good. Um, I feel like I should have started with this, but that's okay. It's all right. This movie was good. I do recommend it. Um, it was for some a random one like it was solid and like she was believable. He was likable. Um, Even Sarah, like there really wasn't much conflict. There really wasn't much problem, like other than her being like stressed out, and I get it. Like it was more of like an intrapersonal adventure. And I really dug it. I really did it. Like I think the like there could have been like a sappy moment where other than like when she cried, like her tears were real when she was reading that note, and I could like feel it. I was like, oh my god, like she loves her mom, and her mom is gone, and her mom left her this time capsule. But like I felt very connected to her as an individual, so I give it like 3 out of 4 stressed out girls. I'm giving it 3 out of 4 stressed out girls because I think that this movie it was solid, and I liked that it switched it up. That it was more so personal. It wasn't like there was no big other conflict other than like the ring, but I thought it was good. Yeah, I do recommend this movie. Um, you probably have seen this movie. I don't know why you'd be watching this if you hadn't seen it, but